this is the communication part. So last year So we've been telling people we want to give people 48 to 72 hours notice before the PSPS is triggered. And some of you found out last year in October and in November that we were only able to give you 36 hours. And a lot of that has to do with the weather patterns changing. Again, it's not just the weather watch and the red flag warning, it's the humidity levels and wind patterns that change pretty significantly, which is why we were only able to give the customers last year a 36-hour notice. There's an echo going on here. Maybe because David has the other mic? Okay. Thank you. All right, so the protocol here, and this is why, if you haven't done this yet, updated your contact information, you can do this with Zach before you leave today. But you will be getting a emergency alert from PG&E within 48 hours of a potential public safety power shutoff, letting you know that the electricity is going to be turned off. And then at 24 hours, you will receive an update letting you know that the power may be shut off. Just before, and Lake County is an excellent example that we've used because at 5 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, I called the Office of Emergency Services for Lake County, Sheriff Martin, and your county administrator at 5 p.m. and let them know we were going to shut the power off. But because there's protocol and a procedure, it's not just turning a switch off that shuts all the power off. They have to go through some protocols, and the power was not actually shut off until 8 p.m. So there's still a buffer zone from the time that you received that alert saying your power will be shut off now to when that power is actually shut off. So that's a big warning. During the public safety power shutoff, you will also receive notices letting you know the ETA, estimated time of arrival for our crews to start going out and inspecting lines, and then the estimated time of arrival of restoration, meaning when is your power going to come back on during the actual outage. And then again, once the power has been restored, if you left your home or if you left the community, you will know when your power is back on at your house. David, if you can go to the next slide, we're going to talk about how do we actually turn the power back on. So during the event, our team actually has to wait until the weather system has passed the territory that we've turned off. Meaning for the County of Lake, last year we shut it off at 8 p.m. on Sunday, and Monday at 6 a.m. we were already out inspecting every inch of the lines. So our crews have to normally wait if it's an overnight event, and they usually start working when it's safe to, and that means that there has to be sun out, so around 6 in the morning. And once that starts to happen, they start to patrol and inspect the lines, and we have to patrol and inspect every single inch, whether that's a helicopter or crews who are going around to make sure that none of the lines snapped, none of our infrastructure was impacted, and because if we turn the power back on and there's broken lines, that can cause sparking, which can cause wildfires. So when our team identified damages, which last year during our PSPS in October, there were 24 to 30, I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head, but there were instances of infrastructure damage caused by vegetation. So what our team is able to do is they isolate the outages, so that way they prioritize hospitals, critical and essential facilities as first areas to start re-energizing. So what happens actually is they're also able to isolate the damage that's done. So you may live in an area that's not damaged and get your power sooner than maybe somebody that lives 5 miles down the road because they're on another electricity grid that is damaged, if that makes sense. Once it is safe to restore the power for, like I said earlier, 70% of Lake County in October within 24 hours was back on, given the public safety power shutoff. And it took us 36 hours to get everybody back on in Lake County in October of 2018. So that is what we're doing when we're going around restoring power. And then we're notifying customers.